One of the questions before state lawmakers right now is if fossil fuel companies should pay the state of Maine for their role in climate change. One bill before the legislature would make such payments a requirement. State House reporter Christian Harsa is in Augusta to tell us more. Christian?
Hi, Chris. Yes, so LD 1870 is pretty similar to a lawsuit that we saw from the Maine Attorney General's office just a couple years ago. That lawsuit was pointed against Maine fossil fuel companies such as Exxon, Chevron, or Shell, to name a few. And this piece of legislation focuses on those companies and others and fines them. Now, that funding would go towards repairing damages from climate change, such as the devastation that we saw from just a couple winters ago. Now, the bill would put the Maine Department of Environmental Protection in charge of the fining process, which the commissioner says would be a large undertaking. The proposal also has been criticized by the Maine State Chamber of Commerce and other groups, saying fossil fuels have been in demand in Maine, and these companies are just meeting that demand. LD 1870 signals that companies providing legal, essential products at the direction of market demand and consistent with state policy can later be subjected to enormous retroactive penalties. Now, supporters say this wouldn't be the first time that industries that have been penalized for the damage that they cause.
Tobacco costs were retroactive. Hazardous waste, the Superfund hazardous waste is retroactive. Opioids was about retroactive in the cost, and it's not about retroactive costs. It's retroactive to what was the behavior at cause here. It's behavior they knew would have an impact on the climate. Their own scientists for decades were saying that.
Now, the calculations would be based off of each company's greenhouse gas emissions, and only companies that are producing more than 1 billion metric tons during the period that the study would look at would be applicable to that. Now, for context, that the average American household only produces about 48 tons of carbon emissions in each year, according to the University of Michigan. Now, Chris, similar superfunds have been created in Vermont and New York, and those are facing legal challenges. However, supporters of this one here in Maine are saying that this could create hundreds of millions of dollars to repair climate damages.
All right, Christian Harsa live at the State House tonight. Thank you.